What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another beer from the Finback Brewery, and they are out of Queens, New York, and this is their ... So they're calling this one a Foeder-Aged Pilsner that is dry hop with Tettnanger hops. It comes in at 5.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just under 6 weeks old. So I've reviewed a couple hop-forward beers from Finback recently. Their Orange Crush, which was a double IPA with a mandarin and blood oranges, and their Double Something Nelson, which was a double IPA dry hopped with Nelson Sauvin hops. I don't know what order you'll see these in. Maybe you'll see this one first. Maybe you'll see those after the fact. But I wanted to grab something that wasn't a hop-forward beer from them. So I saw this one. I was like, ooh, Foeder-Aged Pilsner with Tettnanger hops. And Foeder-Aged Pilsners have been going, well, I shouldn't say Pilsner specifically, but Foeder-Aged lagers have been going kind of crazy here in the States. I see them all over the place over the last couple years, and I really haven't picked up any to drink. So I was like, we're going to drink this one and review it. So let's crack this one open, get it into the glass, and see what we got going on here. So I'm pretty excited about this one. I've been enjoying the lower ABV lagers recently, so I want to see kind of what the Foeder brings to the table. I'm thinking some oak, some vanilla, maybe things of that nature, accentuating the base Pilsner, the whole nine. Hopefully that's the case. So yeah, we will see. Anyway, that pours out this beautiful, like hazy yellow, golden kind of slightly orange color. On the camera's going to look more dull. In person, it looks like sunshine in a glass. It's hazy. Like that doesn't look like an actual traditional Pilsner, but it has some haze to it. About a finger of this bright, super bright white, creamy looking head. A little bit of soap sudsy look to it, but pretty creamy in general. But yeah, that kind of looks like a light hazy IPA or something. Like if you told me this just by appearance that this was a 6%, you know, a hazy pale ale or IPA, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Doesn't look exactly like a Pilsner, but you know, Foeder-Aged and whatnot. We'll allow it. Let's get a nose. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm getting like a big grassy note. I don't know if that's a Tettnanger. I think that's one of the old school German noble hops. But yeah, grassiness. Grassy. Oh, okay. Okay, I see you. I see you, ... So I definitely get like a grassy kind of floral aspect from the hops. But then underlying, I'm getting a nice like Pilsner malt base. There's like a crackery, crispy kind of grainy kind of feel to the malt. But I'm getting a slight, like, oaky wood thing going on. Not necessarily vanilla, but you can tell, like a tannin-esque type of note to it. It's very subtle. Probably wouldn't get that and look for it if it didn't say it was aged in a Foeder. Little bright lemon, like a bright lemon zest, I would say, more than anything. Shout out to the cops going by, or maybe it's the ambulance or firefighters. In the distance. I don't know if that's going to come on, you know, you hear it on my mic in the distance. Doing this review a little bit later at night. It's like 10:30, 10:45. Anyway, this smells really good. Smells refreshing. Smells complex for a 5.5% Pilsner, Foeder-Aged. One more nose and we'll get into it. One more aroma. One more sniff. Yeah, I'm not getting much mouth. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. First reaction, kind of disappointed. The body in this is beautiful. Okay. Now I'm starting to get a little bit more character. The body on this one was beautiful. For 5.5%, this is like medium, maybe a touch over. This has a heft behind it that I was not anticipating whatsoever. The mouthfeel, it's crisp. It's relatively clean. Decent carbonation to it, very smooth on the palate. So body and mouthfeel are really good, like almost spectacular, especially the body. It tastes right up front, crackery, grainy kind of malt sensation, which is kind of, you know, what you're looking for in a Pilsner. Right after though, that malt blast up front, it kind of becomes bland to some degree. There's a little bit of that lemon zest holding on from the nose, but very subtle. And then in the back of the palate, where I thought maybe I would get the Foeder kind of influence, I do, but it's more like an oak tannin dryness, because this beer finishes like semi to almost full on dry, and it has that like tannin, like if you've ever had a barrel aged beer of any sort and the beer is really dry and has that oak tannin kind of feeling to it, that's what I'm getting in this one. So super dry on the back end. A little bit of that grassiness, floral kind of Tettnanger influence from the hops on the back of the palate too. It's a little bit sweet. I shouldn't say sweet. It's pretty sweet up front. It dries out quite a bit, so it's kind of balanced from that aspect. The bitterness isn't really all that pronounced. I'd say like it has like a mild bitterness. It's more of that dryness that's kind of crazy to me. I just thought this would be a little bit more impactful to my palate, a little bit more boisterous, intense. Like not necessarily in my face because this is supposed to be a 5.5% Pilsner. You don't want something that's going to bowl you over, but I think the first half of the palate's pretty delicious and the second half is kind of bland. It's a solid Foeder-Aged Pilsner. Like this isn't bad or anything. The nose was setting me up for something that they didn't deliver on. Still good, it's just not that good. I know they put out different batches of this. I do wonder if it varies from batch to batch based on what foeders they're aging it in. And maybe, I don't know if all of them are dry hopped with Tettnanger, like all the batches. But this is solid. But for what I paid for this and what I was hoping this beer was going to be, it's letting me down a little bit. So I got to be honest, I love Finback. They very rarely miss for me. Their hop forward beers are delicious. Some of their imperial stouts, pastry stouts and shit are delicious. This one, just not, blowing me away. It's still solid. It's still good. It's enjoyable. I was just hoping for something way better. So I'm going to give a ... from Finback. Best I can do. Low 3.75 out of 5. I'm going to go 3.7 out of 5. Best I can do. It's disappointing. The other two beers that I had from them, the hop forward ones, they got like 4.25s, 4.5s. These are just awesome beers. This, it's solid. It's good. I'm going to drink it. I'm not going to be disappointed that with the beverage that I'm drinking. I'm disappointed in that it didn't live up to the nose and what I was hoping this beer was going to be. So from that aspect, disappointing. 3.7 out of 5 is a solid score though. So price and availability. Here's where it goes a little bit sideways for me. At the brewery, I believe there's $19 a 4-pack, and I paid a little bit over $5 for that can. And it, this happens at a lot of places. There's a lot of bottle shops that will go and pick stuff up downstate in New York City and bring it back. And, they charge an extra 50 cents to $1 for each can or bottle because they got to make money somehow. And I wouldn't get Finback if some of those breweries didn't do that. But I would never pay $5+ for this again. And I certainly would not pay $19 a 4-pack at the brewery, whether they're in New York City or not. I've had better, just regular Pilsners, way better regular. I mean, I don't know when you're going to see these in relation to one another, but Wild East Brewing Company in Brooklyn, their Little Patience, which I believe was $16 a 6-pack, came in 12-ounce cans. It was a 3.8% Czech style Pilsner, blows this out of the water. And I paid, I think, for that can here locally, like $3.99, which was probably on par for what I'm paying ounce for ounce, close to it for this. Destroys this beer, for me personally. That said, it's still a solid, good beer. And I'm still going to buy Finback stuff. They can't all be wins, and that's just how it is. Availability, Finback, wherever you see it. I know they get some distributions in other states. In New York, like I said, West New York here, there's a couple local places in Buffalo that get their hands on it occasionally. But more often than not, I pick their stuff up from the One Stop Brew Shop in Rochester, New York. They always have a pretty good selection. They go down to like New York City and the surrounding areas like once a month. So I'll definitely buy more Finback, but I think I'll stay away from their Foeder-Aged Pilsner unless they do like another variant. Maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe it's better. I don't know. Maybe I'll try another batch of this down the line, but yeah, this one just didn't do it for me. So 5.5%, you can't even tell. The like I said, that oak tannin is the only thing producing any kind of characteristics from the foeder themselves. It's all right. It's solid. 3.75. Yeah, 3.7. Anyway, gonna shut it down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer Patrol. If you've had this one before, any batch, let me know what you think about it. Until the next one, cheers.